1. Alright, let's dive a little deeper into this 1975 Cadillac DeVille. As a car enthusiast, I know that the DeVille was one of Cadillac's most popular models back in the day, and it's easy to see why. With its massive size, plush interior, and powerful engine, this car was the epitome of American luxury in the 1970s. Now, I know what you might be thinking. $10,000 is a lot of money for a car that's almost 50 years old. But hear me out. When you consider the fact that this DeVille is in very good condition, has a clean title, and runs great, it starts to look like a pretty solid investment. Plus, with only 130,000 miles on the odometer, this car has plenty of life left in it. But what really sets this DeVille apart is its engine. With a whopping 500 cubic inches of displacement, this thing is a beast. I can only imagine the kind of power and torque it must produce. And with an automatic transmission, you won't have to worry about shifting gears while you're cruising down the highway. Of course, as with any classic car, there are a few things to keep in mind. For one, parts and maintenance can be a bit more expensive than with a newer vehicle. And while the seller claims the car is in very good condition, it's always a good idea to have a mechanic take a look before you buy, just to make sure there aren't any surprises lurking under the hood. But overall, I think this DeVille is a real gem. It's the kind of car that you don't see every day, and it's sure to turn heads wherever you go. Whether you're a collector, a weekend warrior, or just someone who appreciates classic American cars, this DeVille is definitely worth considering. So, if you've got $10,000 burning a hole in your pocket and you're looking for a vintage ride that's equal parts style and substance, why not take a closer look at this Cadillac? With its powerful engine, spacious interior, and classic good looks, it might just be the car of your dreams. And who knows, you might even make a few new friends at the next classic car show. 2. We've got a real treat for you. A gorgeous 1955 Chevrolet 210 that's up for grabs on Craigslist. This beauty is priced at $14,500, and let me tell you, it looks like it's worth every penny. First off, can we just take a moment to appreciate the stunning blue paint job on this car? It's the kind of color that just pops in the sunlight and is sure to turn heads wherever you go. And according to the seller, the condition of this 210 is excellent. That's right, folks, excellent. No rust, clean title, and it runs perfectly. Under the hood, you'll find a 6-cylinder engine that's paired with a manual 3-speed transmission. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, manual in a classic car? That's a lot of work. But trust me, there's nothing quite like the feeling of shifting gears in a vintage ride like this. It's the kind of experience that really connects you to the car and makes you feel like you're part of automotive history. Now, let's talk about the interior. The seller doesn't mention much about it, but if the exterior is anything to go by, I'm willing to bet it's in great shape too. The 210 was known for its spacious and comfortable cabin, so you can expect plenty of room to stretch out and enjoy the ride. Of course, as with any classic car, there are a few things to keep in mind. The odometer reads 81,455 miles, which is relatively low for a car of this age, but it's still important to have a mechanic take a look before you buy, just to make sure everything is in good working order. And while the seller mentions that the car runs perfectly, it's always a good idea to take it for a test drive and see for yourself. But overall, I think this 210 is a real winner. It's the kind of car that you can take to classic car shows and really turn some heads. And with its excellent condition, clean title, and no rust, it's the kind of investment that you can feel good about making. So, if you're in the market for a vintage ride that's equal parts style and substance, why not take a closer look at this Chevrolet? With its stunning blue paint job, powerful 6-cylinder engine, and excellent condition, it might just be the car of your dreams. Just remember, the seller is only accepting cash, so make sure you've got your finances in order before you make an offer. Happy bidding, folks! 3. Do I have a treat for you today? We're taking a closer look at a stunning 1962 Mercury Monterey that's currently up for auction on daviesauction.com. This beauty is part of the Bob Gilbert Estate auction and is listed as Lot 21. The starting bid? A very reasonable $5,500. Now let's talk about what makes this Monterey so special. First off, just look at those fins. 1962 was the year that Mercury decided to put the taillights up on the fins, and boy does it make a statement. It's the kind of design feature that just screams classic car and is sure to turn heads wherever you go. But the exterior isn't the only thing that's impressive about this Monterey. According to the seller, the condition of this car is excellent. That's right, folks. Excellent. The white line tires are in great shape, and the Mercury hubcaps add the perfect finishing touch. And if you peek inside the trunk, you'll even find a spare tire just in case. Under the hood, you'll find a powerful 8-cylinder engine that's sure to provide plenty of get up and go. And with an automatic transmission, driving this classic is a breeze. No need to worry about shifting gears, just sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. With only 1,774 miles on the odometer, this car must have been sitting in a garage for years, and while that might be true, it's important to remember that low mileage doesn't always equal perfection. It's still a good idea to have a mechanic take a closer look before you place your bid, just to make sure everything is in good working order. But overall, I think this Monterey is an absolute gem. It's the kind of car that you don't see every day, and it's sure to be the star of any classic car show. And with a clean title and excellent condition, it's the kind of investment that you can feel good about making. So, if you're in the market for a vintage ride that's equal parts style and substance, why not head over to daviesauction.com and place a bid on this stunning Mercury? With its iconic fins, powerful engine, and excellent condition, it might just be the car of your dreams. And who knows, you might even make a few new friends at the next classic car show. A 4. We're taking a closer look at a real gem from the 80s, a 1984 Pontiac Fiero SE that's up for grabs on Craigslist. This classic sports car is priced at $8,900, and let me tell you, it's got a lot going for it. First off, just look at that sleek white exterior. It's the kind of color that just screams classic 80s and is sure to turn heads wherever you go. And with a removable glass moonroof that stores securely under the front hood, you can enjoy the sunshine and fresh air whenever you want. Under the hood, you'll find a 2.5L Iron Duke Pontiac 4-cylinder engine that puts out a respectable 90 horsepower. It's paired with a 3-speed automatic transmission that was factory rated at 31 city, 37 highway mpg. And with power brakes, 4-wheel discs. You can feel confident in your stopping power. Inside, you'll find a well-preserved interior with minimal wear. The original stereo with cassette tape is still in place, as are the manual crank windows and door locks. And if you're looking to stay cool during those hot summer months, you'll be happy to know that this Fiero comes with factory air conditioning. Now, I know what you might be thinking. With 119,579 miles on the odometer, this car must have seen some things. And while it's true that it's not a spring chicken anymore, the seller has been slowly refreshing aged stock mechanicals and typical wear items while enjoying using the car. They've installed 4 new tires, new front brake calipers, a new master cylinder and power brake booster assembly, a new fuel injector and a rebuilt throttle body, new coolant temperature sensors and thermostat, and new shock absorbers. So while it may not be perfect, it's clear that the seller has put a lot of love and care into this car. Of course, as with any used car, there are a few known issues to be aware of. The paint is thinned on the roof and trunk lid, and there's a tear in the driver's seat fabric. The right rear brake caliper is sticking and needs replacement, and the right front headlight motor extends but doesn't shut off when retracted. The AC is not functioning, despite many new system components being installed. The transmission torque converter lockup solenoid sporadically fails to disengage, and there's a faulty emergency brake handle and broken hood latch assembly that need to be replaced, although the seller has good used replacements in their possession. But even with these issues, I think this Fiero SE is a real find. It's got a clean Texas title, a current antique Texas license plate that's valid until 11/2028, and it's insured with Hagerty. Plus, it's an all-original car with no aftermarket modifications, which is getting harder and harder to find these days. So if you're in the market for a classic sports car with a lot of character and potential, why not take a closer look at this Pontiac? With its sleek white exterior, powerful 4-cylinder engine, and well-preserved interior, it might just be the car of your dreams. Just be prepared to put in a little elbow grease to get it back to its former glory. 5. We've got a bit of a unique find on Craigslist. A 1965 Ford Ranchero that's been given a new lease on life with a 1984 to 1986 Ford Mustang 5.0 liter high output engine. This classic pickup car hybrid is up for grabs for just $6,700. And while it may not be perfect, it's got a lot of potential. First off, let's talk about that engine. The 5.0-liter HO engine from the mid-80s Mustang is a real powerhouse, and it's sure to give this Ranchero some serious get up and go. The seller mentions that it runs really well and could even be a daily driver, which is pretty impressive for a car that's almost 60 years old. Of course, as with any classic car, there are a few things to keep in mind. The gas gauge doesn't work, it needs instrument voltage regulators, there's no power steering, and there's some rust present, as shown in the pictures. But on the bright side, the seller has made some recent improvements, including a new starter, new coil, electronic choke, and a new radiator. The odometer shows 133,346 miles, which is not too shabby for a car of this age. And with a 3-speed manual transmission on the floor, you'll really get to feel connected to the road as you drive. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, a Ranchero with a Mustang engine, isn't that a bit unusual? And you'd be right, but that's what makes this car so special. It's a unique blend of classic style and modern power, and it's sure to turn heads wherever you go. Of course, before making any decisions, it's always a good idea to see the car in person and have a mechanic take a look at it. The rust could be a concern, and there may be other issues that aren't immediately apparent. But if you're handy with a wrench and don't mind putting in a little work, this 1965 Ford Ranchero could be a real gem. So, if you're in the market for a classic car with a bit of a twist, why not take a closer look at this Ranchero with a 5.0-liter HO engine? With its unique combination of style and power, it might just be the perfect project car for you. And at just $6,700, it's a steal compared to some other classic cars out there. Just remember, this car is being sold as is, so be prepared to put in some work to get it back to its former glory. But with a little elbow grease and some TLC, this Ranchero could be the car of your dreams. 6. We're taking a closer look at not one but two 1967 Ford Galaxy 500S that are up for grabs on Craigslist. The seller is asking just $8,500 for both cars, which is an absolute steal in my opinion. First up, we've got a beautiful Galaxy 500 in a stunning yellow color. This car is powered by a 289 V8 engine and features an automatic transmission and power steering. According to the seller, it's a good daily driver, which means you can enjoy the classic style and feel of this car while still being able to use it for your everyday needs. But that's not all. The seller is also including a Ford Galaxy in red. This car is a bit of a fixer-upper, but it's got a ton of potential. You could either restore it to its former glory or use it for parts to keep the yellow Galaxy running strong. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Why would I want two classic cars? Well, let me tell you, having a parts car can be a real lifesaver when it comes to maintaining and repairing a classic vehicle. Plus, with two cars, you've got double the fun. You can drive one while you work on the other, or even get a friend or family member involved in the hobby with you. Of course, as with any used car, it's important to do your due diligence before making a purchase. The seller doesn't provide a ton of details about the condition of either car, so it's definitely worth taking a closer look and having a mechanic inspect them both before handing over any cash. But overall, I think this is an incredible opportunity for any classic car enthusiast. The Galaxy 500 is a true icon of American automotive history, with its classic lines, powerful V8 engine, and spacious interior. And with two cars for the price of one, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck. So if you're in the market for a classic car or two and don't mind putting in a little work to get them back to their former glory, why not take a closer look at these Ford? With their timeless style, powerful engines, and endless potential, they might just be the perfect addition to your garage. And who knows, you might even make a few new friends at the next classic car show. Just remember, both cars are located in Atwater, California, so you'll need to factor in transportation costs if you're not local. But trust me, it'll be worth it when you're cruising down the road in your very own piece of American automotive history. 7. We've got a real treat for you. A 1974 Oldsmobile Cutlass that's been listed on Craigslist for just $6,000. Now, I know what you're thinking. A car that old for that price? There must be something wrong with it. But hold on, because this isn't your average classic car. First off, let's talk about the condition. The seller describes it as excellent, and I've got to say, I believe them. This Cutlass has been driven by an elderly lady to church on Sundays. and it's been responsibly stored and not driven much for a while. That means it's in unbelievable condition for its age. You'll think it was stored in a climate-controlled showroom. Now, I know some of you might be skeptical, but hear me out. This car has approximately 49,500 original miles total and has had only one owner who purchased it when it was brand new. That's right, this Cutlass has been cherished and cared for by the same person for all these years. But what about the problems? Well, the only issue is that the radio doesn't work. That's it. Everything else is in top-notch shape. The original Oldsmobile paint and color are still intact and the interior is immaculate. Even the trunk carpeting looks great. Plus, there are no mechanical issues, so you can make this your daily driver right away. Now, I know $6,000 might seem like a lot for an old car, but trust me, this Cutlass is worth every penny. It's on the edge of Concours condition, which means it's almost ready to be shown off at car shows and competitions. The only catch? The car is located in Sandpoint, Idaho, and the seller is looking for someone who will truly care for it. They won't just sell it to anyone. It's got to be someone who appreciates the value of a true gem like this. So if you're a serious car enthusiast who's looking for a classic car that's been lovingly maintained and cherished for decades, this Cutlass might just be the one for you. Don't miss out on this opportunity to own a piece of automotive history. 8. All right, let's dive a little deeper into what makes this 1983 Oldsmobile Cutlass Sierra Brougham Coupe so special. First off, let's talk about the Brougham package. This was the top-of-the-line trim level for the Cutlass Sierra, and it shows. The interior is decked out in plush velour upholstery with wood grain accents and all the bells and whistles you'd expect from a premium model. It's the kind of interior that makes you feel like you're stepping back in time to an era of unparalleled automotive luxury. Under the hood, you'll find a robust 6-cylinder engine that's ready to provide all the power you need for those leisurely cruises down memory lane. And with the recent major service, you can rest assured that this engine is running like a top. The seller has gone above and beyond to ensure that every aspect of this car is in excellent working order, from the suspension to the brakes to the electrical system. But what really sets this Cutlass apart is its history. Think about it. This car has had just one owner since it rolled off the lot in 1983. That means it's never been passed around from owner to owner, never been neglected or mistreated. Instead, it's been cherished and cared for by someone who clearly understood the value of a well-maintained classic car. And speaking of value, let's talk about the investment potential of this Cutlass. As time goes on, well-preserved examples of classic cars like this one are only going to become more rare and more sought after. By purchasing this Cutlass now, you're not just buying a car, you're buying a piece of automotive history that's likely to appreciate in value over time. Of course, the real value of this car lies in the joy it will bring to its new owner. Imagine cruising down the road in this stunning brown coupe, feeling the smooth ride and the responsive handling that only a well-maintained classic can provide. Imagine the looks of admiration you'll get from other drivers and passers-by, who will instantly recognize the timeless beauty and elegance of this Oldsmobile. So if you're ready to experience the best of what classic car ownership has to offer, don't hesitate. This Cutlass is waiting for you. With its impeccable condition, meticulous maintenance, and one-of-a-kind history, this is a car that's sure to provide years of driving pleasure and pride of ownership. Don't let this opportunity slip away. Make this Cutlass yours today. 9. We've got a real treat for you. A stunning 1972 Buick Skylark that's sure to make your heart skip a beat. This beauty is a true testament to the craftsmanship and style of the era, and it's in absolutely incredible condition. First things first, let's talk about that engine. Under the hood, you'll find a powerful 350 V8 that's ready to roar to life at a moment's notice. And with a rebuilt automatic transmission, you can be sure that this Skylark will shift smoothly and reliably no matter where the road takes you. But it's not just about power. This Skylark is loaded with features that make it a true pleasure to drive. From the power steering that makes navigating a breeze to the air conditioning that keeps you cool and comfortable on even the hottest days, this car has it all. And let's not forget about those power windows, a luxury feature that was ahead of its time in 1972. Now let's talk about the condition of this beauty. The seller describes it as amazing. And from what I can see, that's no exaggeration. The interior is like new, with plush seats and a dash that looks like it just rolled off the showroom floor. And the body, straight as an arrow and completely rust-free. It's clear that this Skylark has been meticulously cared for over the years, and it shows in every detail. But here's the really incredible part. The odometer reads just 31,000 miles. That's right, this Skylark has been driven less than 1,000 miles per year on average since it was born. And given the impeccable condition of the car, I have no reason to doubt that number. It's a true time capsule, a glimpse into the past that's been preserved for future generations to enjoy. Of course, a car like this doesn't come cheap. The seller is asking $9,500, and while that may seem like a lot for a 50-year-old car, it's actually a bargain when you consider the rarity and condition of this Skylark. And with a clean title and no trades or lowball offers accepted, you can be sure that the seller is serious about finding the right home for this special car. So if you're in the market for a classic ride that's sure to turn heads and make you the envy of every car show you attend, look no further than this Skylark. With its powerful engine, luxurious features, and incredible condition, this is a car that's sure to provide years of driving pleasure and pride of ownership. Don't let this opportunity slip away. Make this Skylark yours today. 10. We've got a real gem on our hands. A stunning 1964 Mercury Monterey that's sure to take your breath away. This timeless classic is the epitome of 1960s style and elegance, and it's in absolutely incredible condition. First off, let's talk about those miles. This Monterey has just 37,000 original miles on the odometer, which is an astonishingly low number for a car that's nearly 60 years old. To put that into perspective, this car has been driven an average of just 650 miles per year since it rolled off the assembly line. That's a testament to the care and attention that this car has received over the years, and it shows in every detail. But it's not just about the low miles. This Monterey is in excellent running condition too. The seller describes it as a good running car, which means that you can hop behind the wheel and hit the road with confidence. Whether you're cruising down the highway or just taking a leisurely drive through town, this Monterey is ready to provide a smooth and enjoyable ride. And let's talk about the looks of this beauty. The blue paint is absolutely stunning, with a deep, rich color that's sure to turn heads wherever you go. The chrome accents and classic lines of the Monterey are the perfect complement to that beautiful blue hue, creating a look that's both timeless and eye-catching. It's no wonder that this car gets thumbs up and smiles everywhere it goes, especially in its namesake city of Monterey. Inside, the Monterey is just as impressive as it is on the outside. The interior is in excellent condition with plush seats and a dash that looks like it just rolled off the showroom floor. And with plenty of room for passengers and cargo alike, this Monterey is the perfect car for weekend getaways or long road trips. Of course, a car like this doesn't come cheap. The seller is asking $15,000, which may seem like a lot for a 60-year-old car. But when you consider the rarity, condition, and historical significance of this Monterey, it's actually a very fair price. And with a clean title and no signs of damage or wear, you can be sure that you're getting a car that's been well cared for and is ready to provide years of driving enjoyment. So if you're in the market for a classic car that's sure to impress, look no further than this Monterey. With its low miles, excellent condition, and timeless style, this is a car that's sure to be the centerpiece of any collection. Don't let this opportunity slip away. Make this Monterey yours today and experience the joy of driving a true classic. 11. We've got a real beauty on our hands. A 1964 Chrysler Newport that's just begging for a new owner to give it some love and attention. This car is a true survivor with an incredible story to tell and plenty of potential for the right buyer. First off, let's talk about the condition of this Newport. The seller describes it as being in good shape for its age, and from what I can see, that's a fair assessment. This car has been sitting for a couple of years, so it's going to need some work to get it back on the road. But the bones are there, and with a little elbow grease and some TLC, this Newport could be a real showstopper. Under the hood, you'll find a powerful 8-cylinder engine that starts right up and runs like a charm. The seller notes that the car is very smooth, which is a testament to the quality of Chrysler's engineering in the 1960s. And with just 66,295 miles on the odometer, this Newport has plenty of life left in it. Of course, there are some issues to be aware of. The tires are weathered and cracked, so they'll need to be replaced before you can take this car out on the road. The windshield is also cracked, which is a common problem with older cars. But these are relatively minor issues that can be easily addressed by a skilled mechanic or a handy owner. Where this Newport really shines is in its potential. The white paint is a classic color that never goes out of style. And with a fresh coat and some polishing, this car could really turn heads. The interior could also use some work, but again, this is something that a skilled upholsterer or a DIY enthusiast could tackle with ease. And with a little bit of mechanical work like changing the fluids and filters, this Newport could be a reliable and enjoyable cruiser for years to come. Now let's talk about the price. The seller is asking $5,000 cash for this Newport, which may seem like a lot for a car that needs work, but when you consider the rarity and potential of this vehicle, it's actually a very fair price. These cars are becoming increasingly hard to find, especially in original condition like this one. And with the right upgrades and improvements, this Newport could easily be worth twice or even 3 times what the seller is asking. So if you're in the market for a classic car that's got plenty of potential and a great story to tell, look no further than this Newport. With its powerful engine, smooth ride, and classic style, this car is sure to turn heads and make you the envy of every car show you attend. And with a clean title and a motivated seller, you can be sure that the transaction will be smooth and hassle-free. Don't let this opportunity slip away. Make this Newport yours today and start your journey as a classic car owner. 12. Boy, do I have a treat for you today. Get ready to feast your eyes on this incredibly rare and stunning 1968 Oldsmobile Delmont 88. This beauty is an absolute gem, and it's clear that it's been lovingly cared for over the years. First off, let's talk about the rarity of this car. The Delmont 88 was only produced for a few years in the late 1960s, and finding one in this kind of condition is like stumbling upon a needle in a haystack. But here it is, in all its glory, just waiting for a new owner to take it home and give it the love and attention it deserves. Now let's dive into the details. Under the hood, you'll find a numbers-matching 350 V8 engine that's ready to roar to life at a moment's notice. And with an automatic transmission, power brakes, and power steering, this car is an absolute joy to drive. It's the perfect combination of classic style and modern convenience, but it's not just about the mechanics. This Delmont 88 is a true beauty to behold. The metallic light green exterior is absolutely stunning, with a shine that's sure to turn heads wherever you go. And the black vinyl interior is in fantastic condition with no rips, tears, or signs of wear. It's like stepping back in time to the golden age of American automobiles. Of course, with a car that's over 50 years old, you might expect some rust or damage, but not with this Delmont 88. The seller notes that there's no rust other than some very minimal surface rust on the original paint, which is to be expected for a car of this age. And the undercarriage is clean and leak-free, which is a testament to the care and attention that this car has received over the years. But perhaps the most impressive thing about this Delmont 88 is the odometer reading. With just 36,000 miles on the clock, this car has been driven an average of less than 1,000 miles per year since it was new. That's the kind of low mileage that collectors and enthusiasts dream about, and it's a true testament to the quality and durability of these classic Oldsmobiles. So, what's the catch? Well, there isn't one. This Delmont 88 is being offered for sale at a very reasonable price of just $14,500. When you consider the rarity, condition, and low mileage of this car, that's an absolute steal. And with a clean title and no signs of damage or wear, you can buy with confidence knowing that you're getting a true piece of American automotive history. In conclusion, if you're in the market for a classic car that's sure to turn heads and make you the envy of every car show you attend, look no further than this Delmont 88. With its stunning good looks, powerful engine, and incredible condition, this is a car that's sure to provide years of driving enjoyment and pride of ownership. Don't let this opportunity slip away. Make this Delmont 88 yours today. 13. We've got a real treat for you. A gorgeous 1985 Oldsmobile Toronado that's sure to make your heart skip a beat. This beauty is a true classic, with the kind of style and sophistication that only a Toronado can deliver. First off, let's talk about the condition of this car. The seller describes it as excellent. And from what I can see, that's no exaggeration. This Toronado hails from the sunny south, which means it's been spared the ravages of rust and corrosion that can plague cars from harsher climates. The body is straight and clean, with no signs of damage or wear. It's the kind of car that you can proudly show off at any event or gathering. But it's not just about looks. This Toronado is a true performer too. Under the hood, you'll find a powerful 8-cylinder engine that's ready to roar to life at a moment's notice. And with recent mechanical work performed, you can rest assured that this car is running like a top. The seller notes that the car is running beautiful, which is music to any car enthusiast's ears. Of course, with 114,000 miles on the odometer, this Toronado has seen its fair share of adventure over the years, but that's just a testament to the quality and durability of these classic Oldsmobiles. With proper care and maintenance, there's no reason why this car can't keep running strong for many more years to come. And let's talk about the features on this Toronado. With a smooth shifting automatic transmission, front-wheel drive, and a sleek coupe body style, this car is the perfect blend of performance and style. The red paint is absolutely stunning with a deep, rich color that's sure to turn heads wherever you go. And with a clean title and no signs of damage or wear, you can buy with confidence knowing that you're getting a true gem. So, what's the bottom line? Well, at $14,000, this Toronado is priced to sell. When you consider the excellent condition, southern pedigree, and recent mechanical work, it's clear that this is a car that's been well cared for and is ready for its next adventure. And with the kind of style and performance that only a Toronado can deliver, you're sure to have a blast behind the wheel. In conclusion, if you're in the market for a classic car that's got the looks, the performance, and the pedigree to back it up, look no further than this Toronado. With its excellent condition, powerful engine, and stunning good looks, this is a car that's sure to provide years of driving enjoyment and pride of ownership. Don't let this opportunity slip away. Make this Toronado yours today and experience the thrill of driving a true American classic. 14. All right, folks, let's take a closer look at this 1971 Chevrolet Chevelle that's up for grabs on Craigslist. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. A 4-door Chevelle? But hear me out, because this car has got some serious potential. First off, let's talk about the condition. The seller describes it as good, which is a promising start. Now, I'll be honest with you, this car has seen some miles. The odometer has rolled over, so we don't know exactly how many miles are on it, but the seller estimates around 100,000. That might seem like a lot, but for a car that's over 50 years old, it's really not too shabby. Under the hood, you'll find a powerful 8-cylinder engine that's ready to rumble. And with rear-wheel drive and an automatic transmission, this Chevelle is a classic muscle car through and through. It's the kind of car that'll make you feel like a badass every time you get behind the wheel. Now let's talk about the paint. The seller describes it as blue, and from the pictures it looks like a nice deep shade that really makes the car pop. There's no mention of any rust or major damage, which is always a good sign. And while the interior might need a little bit of love, that's all part of the fun of owning a classic car, getting to put your own personal touch on it. Of course, I do have to address the elephant in the room, the price. At $6,500, this Chevelle might seem a bit steep for a 4-door sedan, but when you consider the potential of this car, it's actually a pretty fair price. With a little bit of elbow grease and some TLC, this Chevelle could be a real head-turner. And with a clean title and no major issues, you can buy with confidence knowing that you're getting a solid car. So who is this car for? Well, if you're looking for a classic muscle car that's a little bit different from the norm, this Chevelle might just be the one for you. It's got the power and the style to turn heads, but with the added practicality of 4 doors. And if you're handy with a wrench and don't mind putting in a little bit of work, you could really make this car shine. At the end of the day, this Chevelle is a classic car with a lot of potential. It might not be the most sought-after model out there, but that's part of what makes it so special. With the right owner and a little bit of love, this car could be a real gem. So if you're in the market for a classic ride that's got some character, don't sleep on this Chevelle. Give the seller a call or shoot them a text and see if this might just be the car of your dreams. 15. Get ready to feast your eyes on this absolutely stunning 1981 Lincoln Town Car. This beauty is in incredible condition, and it's clear that it's been lovingly cared for by its current owner. First off, let's talk about the condition of this town car. The seller describes it as excellent, and from what I can see, that's no exaggeration. This car looks like it just rolled off the showroom floor, with a pristine exterior and an interior that's just as impressive. It's the kind of car that you can't help but stare at when you see it cruising down the street. Under the hood, you'll find a powerful 8-cylinder engine that's ready to roar to life at a moment's notice. And with rear-wheel drive and a smooth shifting automatic transmission, this town car is an absolute joy to drive. It's the perfect combination of luxury and performance, with a ride that's as smooth as butter and a sound that'll make your heart skip a beat. But don't just take my word for it. The seller is inviting you to come see this beauty for yourself, and trust me, it's worth the trip. This town car is the kind of car that you have to experience in person to fully appreciate. From the gleaming chrome to the plush leather seats, every detail has been carefully crafted to create a driving experience that's truly unparalleled. Of course, with a car this incredible, you might be wondering about the price. Well, at just $7,800, this town car is an absolute steal. When you consider the excellent condition, the powerful engine, and the luxurious features, it's clear that this is a car that's worth every penny. And with a clean title and no signs of damage or wear, you can buy with confidence knowing that you're getting a true gem. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Is this car still available? Well, there's only one way to find out. The seller is inviting serious buyers to come see the car in person, and they're not entertaining offers from folks who haven't laid eyes on it yet. And honestly, I can't blame them. A car like this deserves to be seen and appreciated in person. And if you're serious about making it yours, you owe it to yourself to take the seller up on their offer. So, what are you waiting for? If you're in the market for a classic luxury car that's got the looks, the performance, and the pedigree to back it up, this town car is the one for you. With its excellent condition, powerful engine, and stunning good looks, this is a car that's sure to provide years of driving enjoyment and pride of ownership. Don't let this opportunity slip away. Contact the seller today and arrange to see this beauty in person. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. 16. We've got a real blast from the past on our hands. A 1978 Ford Thunderbird that's just begging for a new owner to take it out on the open road. This car is a true icon of the 1970s with the kind of style and personality that just can't be beat. First off, let's talk about the mileage. With just 68,303 miles on the odometer, this Thunderbird has plenty of life left in it. Sure, it's not exactly a spring chicken, but for a car that's over 40 years old, that's a pretty impressive number. And when you consider that this car has been sitting for a few years, it's even more remarkable that it still runs as well as it does. Speaking of running, let's talk about that engine. Under the hood, you'll find a beefy 351 V8 that's ready to roar to life at a moment's notice. The seller notes that the car fires right up and idles great, which is music to any car enthusiast's ears. And with rear-wheel drive and an automatic transmission, this Thunderbird is a classic cruiser through and through. Now, I do have to address a couple of minor issues. The seller mentions that there's a small rip in the driver's seat, which is definitely something to keep in mind. But honestly, for a car of this age, a little wear and tear is to be expected. And if you're handy with a needle and thread, or know someone who is, that's an easy fix that won't break the bank. Of course, the real question on everyone's mind is probably the price. At just $3,400, this Thunderbird is an absolute steal. When you consider the classic styling, the powerful engine, and the relatively low mileage, it's clear that this is a car that's priced to sell. And with a clean title and no major issues, you can buy with confidence knowing that you're getting a solid car. So who is this car for? Well, if you're a fan of classic American muscle, this Thunderbird is definitely worth a look. It's got the kind of style and personality that just can't be replicated by modern cars. And with a little bit of TLC, it could be a real head-turner at any car show or cruise night. And if you're looking for a fun weekend cruiser that won't break the bank, this Thunderbird is definitely worth considering. At the end of the day, this Thunderbird is a classic car with a lot of potential. It might not be perfect, but that's part of the charm of owning a vintage ride. With the right owner and a little bit of elbow grease, this car could be a real gem. So if you're in the market for a fun and affordable classic, don't sleep on this Thunderbird. Give the seller a call and arrange to see it in person. Who knows? It might just be the car of your dreams. 17. All right, let's dive a little deeper into what makes this 1970 Ford XL convertible so special. When it comes to classic cars, the Ford XL is a true icon. This particular model was introduced in 1962 as part of the Ford Galaxy line, and it quickly became a favorite among car enthusiasts. The XL was known for its luxurious features, powerful performance, and stylish design, and it's easy to see why it's still so highly sought after today. One of the things that really sets this 1970 XL apart is its convertible top. There's just something about cruising down the road with the wind in your hair that feels so freeing and exhilarating. And with a glass rear window, you don't have to worry about any plastic yellowing or cracking over time. It's a feature that's sure to be appreciated by anyone who loves the open road. Of course, we can't talk about a classic car without mentioning its engine. The 390 V8 under the hood of this XL is a true powerhouse. It's got plenty of horsepower and torque to get you up to speed quickly, and the automatic transmission makes for smooth and easy shifting. Whether you're cruising down the highway or hitting the back roads, this engine is sure to provide plenty of thrills. But it's not just about power. This XL also has plenty of style. The red exterior is the perfect shade for a classic convertible, and it's sure to turn heads wherever you go. And the matching red interior is the perfect complement with its plush seats and classic dashboard. It's the kind of car that you'll be proud to show off at any event or gathering. Of course, as with any classic car, there are bound to be a few imperfections. The seller notes that the true mileage is unknown, as the odometer shows over 74,257 miles. But given the excellent condition of the car overall, it's clear that it has been well maintained throughout its life. And let's talk about that price again. $11,000 is an absolute bargain for a car of this caliber. You'd be hard-pressed to find another 1970 Ford XL convertible in this condition for anywhere near that price. It's an investment that's sure to pay off in the long run, both in terms of enjoyment and potential resale value. So if you're in the market for a classic convertible that's got style, power, and plenty of charm, this XL is definitely worth a closer look. With its clean title and no salvage history, you can feel confident that you're getting a quality vehicle that's been well cared for over the years. And with summer just around the corner, there's no better time to get behind the wheel of this American icon and hit the open road. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Come check out this incredible Ford today. 18. We've got a real treat for you, a 1961 Ford Falcon Coupe that's sure to get your heart racing. First things first, let's talk about the elephant in the room. This Falcon has a salvage title. But don't let that scare you off. The seller has been upfront about it, and it's clear that this car has been well loved and cared for over the years. Under the hood, you'll find a rebuilt 200 CI engine that's ready to roar to life. And with a 2-speed automatic FOM transmission, plus an included Auto C4 transmission, you'll be able to cruise down the road with ease. This Falcon is a running and driving project, so it's the perfect opportunity to put your own personal touch on a classic ride. One of the first things you'll notice about this Falcon is its stunning red paint job. The seller admits that it looks good from 20 feet away, but let's be real. Who's going to be looking at it that closely? This car is all about the overall vibe, and it's got that in spades. The interior is in good condition with the exception of the driver's seat area. But hey, that's just an opportunity to add your own personal touch. And with air suspension all around, more on that in a minute, you'll be riding in comfort no matter where you go. But let's talk about those upgrades, specifically the air suspension. The seller has included an asterisk next to that feature, so it's worth noting that there may be some additional work needed there. But think of it as an opportunity to really make this Falcon your own. And let's not forget about the solid chrome wheels and the 12-inch subs in the rear. This Falcon isn't just a classic ride, it's a statement piece. You'll be turning heads and thumping bass wherever you go. Now let's talk about the price. At $15,000, this Falcon is a steal for any classic car enthusiast. And with registration already taken care of until January 2025, you can hit the road right away without any additional hassle. Overall, this Falcon is a true gem. It's the perfect car for cruising down the highway, turning heads at car shows, or just enjoying a sunny day with the windows down. So if you're looking for a classic ride that's got style, power, and plenty of potential, this Falcon is definitely worth checking out. Don't miss your chance to own a piece of automotive history. 19. Have I got a treat for you today? a 1966 Ford Mustang Coupe that's just begging for a new owner to take it for a spin. First off, let's talk about the heart of this beast, a factory 289 V8 engine. While the seller isn't 100% sure if it's the original engine, it's still a powerhouse that's sure to get your heart racing. And even though the transmission has been swapped out for an automatic, this Mustang is still a force to be reckoned with on the road. Now let's talk about the body. The seller says it's straight and clean, which is music to any classic car enthusiast's ears. The paint job is older, but it still looks presentable, perfect for cruising down the highway and turning heads wherever you go. Inside, the interior is in good condition. You'll be able to sit back and enjoy the ride in comfort, whether you're taking a short trip to the grocery store or a longer journey out on the open road. Now, the seller does mention one small issue. The starter is bad, but don't let that discourage you. A new starter is a relatively easy fix, and it's a small price to pay for the opportunity to own a piece of American muscle car history. And speaking of price, let's talk about the cost of this beauty. At just $9,500, this 1966 Mustang is an absolute steal. You'd be hard-pressed to find another classic Mustang in this condition for anywhere near that price. It's an investment that's sure to pay off in the long run, both in terms of enjoyment and potential resale value. But beyond just the financial aspect, owning a classic Mustang is about the experience. There's nothing quite like the feeling of sliding behind the wheel of a piece of automotive history, firing up that engine, and hitting the open road. And with this Mustang, you'll be able to do just that. So if you're ready to make your dream of owning a classic Mustang a reality, this is your chance. With its clean title and good condition, this Mustang is just waiting for someone to give it the love and attention it deserves. And who knows, maybe that someone is you. In conclusion, this Mustang is a true gem. With its factory 289 V8 engine, straight and clean body, and good interior condition, it's the perfect car for any classic Mustang enthusiast. And at just $9,500, it's an opportunity that's too good to pass up. So what are you waiting for? Come check out this beautiful Mustang today and make it yours. 20. Do I have a treat for you today? A 1981 Lincoln Town Car that's an absolute dream to drive. First things first, let's talk about the condition of this beauty. The seller says it's excellent, and based on the description, I'm inclined to believe them. With only one owner and just 119,000 miles on the odometer, this town car has been well loved and cared for over the years. Under the hood, you'll find a V8 302 fuel-injected engine that purrs like a kitten. This car may be over 40 years old, but it's still got plenty of power and performance to spare. And with rear-wheel drive, you'll be able to enjoy a smooth and comfortable ride no matter where you go. But what really sets this town car apart is the interior. The seller says it's like new, and I have no doubt that's true. You'll be able to sink into the plush seats and enjoy all the luxury features that Lincoln is known for. Whether you're cruising down the highway or just running errands around town, you'll be doing it in style. And let's talk about the exterior. The brown paint job is classic and timeless, and the seller says there's no rust to be found. That's a testament to how well this car has been cared for over the years. And with the original rims and new tires, this town car looks just as good as it runs. But perhaps the most impressive thing about this car is the fact that the air conditioning still works perfectly. As anyone who's ever owned a classic car knows, that's a rare and valuable feature. You'll be able to stay cool and comfortable no matter how hot it gets outside. Now let's talk about the price. At just $7,500, this Lincoln is an absolute steal. You'd be hard-pressed to find another classic car in this condition for anywhere near that price. And with a clean title and no issues to speak of, you can buy with confidence knowing that you're getting a quality vehicle. The only potential downside here is that the seller is asking for buyers to call, rather than email or text. But honestly, that's a small inconvenience when you're getting the chance to own a piece of automotive history like this. So if you're in the market for a classic car that's got style, performance, and luxury to spare, this Lincoln is definitely worth a closer look. With its excellent condition, powerful engine, and comfortable interior, it's the perfect car for cruising down the highway or just enjoying a sunny day out on the town. In conclusion, this town car is a true gem. It's rare to find a classic car in this good of condition, and even rarer to find one at such an affordable price. So if you're ready to make your dream of owning a piece of automotive history a reality, don't hesitate. Call the seller today and make an offer on this incredible town car. Trust me, you won't regret it.